less of a stretch, a lot easier. And then just the basic G sharp minor triad. We're gonna do some kind of advanced stuff today. It's Friday, so it's our advanced melodic triads concepts today. And we're going to do E major 7, sharp 11, or just major 7, sharp 11. We might move through some different keys. We're going to do it with the melodic triads approach, so we're going to kind of create something similar to what you would expect with running through inversions of drop 2 type chords, but we're going to get something a little bit more unique and personal to our system. Okay, so there's going to be some benefits to the way we're going to try things today. The game is, let me first make sure that this video is up. The game is that we're going to focus on using a G sharp minor triad. Okay, we're kind of thinking like a piano player here, so you could think of it as an E root note or as a basic E major 7 left hand in the left hand, and then a G sharp minor triad in the right hand. To that G sharp minor triad, we are going to add, there's the video killer, and it looks like there's someone on here. Awesome. To that G sharp minor triad, we're going to add tension 2. So it's an A sharp note. You can do this without a sustain pedal, without a looping pedal. You can just play the open E string. And then you can outline a G sharp minor triad. Us the 3rd, the 5th, and the major 7th of an E major 7. If we add tension 2, it's got this very diatonic, easy to hear quality to it. It's actually the sharp 11 of the chord. It sounds like the 2nd of a scale resolving down to the root, but it's actually the sharp 11 resolving down to the 3rd. Okay, so this is the sound that we're trying to play around with. We're going to turn this into some voicings. For those of you who are on the video, I did the setup a little bit differently today, so let me know that you can hear and see me. Looks like we have a couple of likes, so that's a good sign. I plugged a tiny little microphone into my phone to see if it would make the audio quality any better, but I'm a little worried that nobody can hear me now. So just chime in if you hear this and tell me that, that you can hear me talking and playing. So we're going to do these like drop 2 voicings. Okay, if you've been hanging with me for any length of time, you know my feelings on drop 2 voicings, and you know the way I prefer to play them, which is not to drop this 2nd and top note down an octave, but instead it's just to get rid of it. So this way we're dealing with 4 pitches, but every time we move through an inversion, there's a different pitch missing and another pitch reappearing. So it's a little bit gives us a little greater sense of variety to our voicings. It's not just jumbling up the same 4 notes every time, it's giving us a different set of pitches every time. Because we're doing this over an E major 7, we can use our open 6th string. So here are the voicings that are presented in the PDF, which you can find at the link above or below. This one is just a straight G sharp minor triad. The note that we're skipping over is the tension 2, so it's not there, so it's just G sharp minor. And then this is the octave of the first one. So that's the first row of voicings on the PDF. It's just taking the string set 3rd, 4th, and 5th string and putting it on top of the open 6E. Okay, so we're creating the effect of the two-handed piano player. The right hand is moving through all these inversions of G sharp minor, and then the left hand is playing this low 6E string. Really kind of almost sounds like a minor chord to me, even though these are all major 7 chords. It's built on a G sharp minor triad, so it comes across with the color, the sort of sadness and depth of a minor chord. And that's a pretty sad sound. Let's keep moving forward. Let's, which direction do we want to head with this today? Maybe we'll just check out a couple of the string sets and then we'll come back and we'll tie some of these ideas back into each other a little bit. Oh, cool, you guys can hear me. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I don't know why Facebook doesn't show me these comments in real time. Miguel, the sound improved a lot. Killer. Paul, you can hear me. Gary, you can hear me. Sean, awesome. Killer. Thanks, guys. And yet it says there's 6 comments, but it only shows me 4. So, thanks, Zuckerberg. All right, let's go to the second row of voicings. Again, this is just G sharp minor. Got our tension 2 in there in the middle instead of the 3rd. Okay, this next one is a pretty big stretch, so make sure you are warmed up first. But it's a great voicing. It gives us the sound of a minor 2nd. Really crunchy, but then this huge, spacious interval sitting up on top of it. Right? Was that a major 6? Much less of a stretch, a lot easier. And then just the basic G sharp minor triad. Was just descending down that string set, and then I jumped to the lower string set and continued descending. And then the last one, using the open B string, the open 2nd string here. Basic G sharp minor triad, right? Let's try adding the sort of diatonic, scalar, modal passing notes in between these. There's 4 pitches here, and there's only 7 notes in a scale in a basic mode like Lydian. So we're just missing 3 notes. So I'm going to play up and down the string sets, and I'm just going to add those 3 notes as melodic passing tones. Okay, so this is almost going to be a little bit chord melody-esque, a little... it's going to be like a diatonic chord scale, but 3 of the notes are going to be missing a chord. They're just going to be single notes. catch that? Here's two passing notes. So here I might play something like root 5th, E B, 12th fret, 14th fret, and then drop down into the 3-note voicing. So I'm no longer I'm not sort of relying on this open 6th string. Now I'm actually bringing in a little bit more of this concept of the left hand of the piano player. Right? I'm not cheating by just playing a root note. Now I'm playing sort of like a miniature left hand bass line, root 5th. There it is, that's a beauty. Here's D major. Okay, G major. Again, left hand of the piano player, sort of bass line type stuff. I'm just adding the 5th of the what key am I in now? G. I'm just adding the 5th of G underneath this at the end. So root 5th. Where is it? Root 5th. Low D. That's the 5th of the chord. C. 5, 1. F major. E flat. I can't play A flat, actually. For a second I was thinking I needed it up an octave, but I think this is possible. Yeah. So it's got some open strings. Right, I'm playing 3 open, open. Now I'm just adding the A flat note underneath it. That's F sharp, here's B. And then back to E. Okay, circle fifths. So there's a lot happening there. It's all just E major 7, sharp 11. It's all just a G sharp minor triad, but there's a bass line. There's 2 voicings. There's melodic passing notes, like little tension notes. Okay, there's a lot of tiny little subtleties to what's happening, but none of them are that complicated. It's just basic E major left-hand piano bass line type stuff, root 5th, G sharp minor with the tension 2, and then the voicings. That's the main thing that's happening. Make sure nobody's melting down in the comments section here. Yeah, cool. Let's try this same concept, but see what happens on another string setup. This is a tough voice in this one. It's a big stretch. Starting on the 4th string, this is the 8th fret, 4th fret, 9th fret. So you can hear I'm just adding these little like bass riffs in between. Again, just these 2 voicings, but with filler notes. These are actually the same 2 voicings, just on the next string set, so they look a little different. Let's try 2 other voicings and just get a totally different sound. How about okay, these are the last 2 voicings on the 2nd row of the PDF. If you're just joining us and you haven't found the PDF yet, it's at the link in the description. So here's the E note, and then 2 of these voicings. There's no passing notes between these voicings. In fact, the melody is a half step apart. So we can't add any filler notes, but we can create a little bit of a passing movement by dipping down. Or you can do it non-diatonically with the leading tone. Modal setting, my ear is liking the diatonic sound more, but they're both possible. Now I'm playing a 4-note voicing, but again, it's just this same 3-note voicing we were doing down here. But now because the frets are smaller and closer together, I can grab the E note underneath it, so now I have a 4-note. Root, major 3rd, sharp 11, major 7. This is possible down here. It's just a little bit more of a stretch. Up here, it's a little easier. We can add this E note like a fretted E note with any of these voicings that are possible. So like this really big stretched out voicing. This is the second voicing on the second row of the PDF. The E note is right there. So we can actually turn this into an E major 7 sharp 11 voicing. It gives us root, sharp 11, 5th, 3rd. You can move this to the circle of fifths. A. There it is, D, G, C. Much easier as we move up in register, but it's not the only way to do it. F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E. Right, we can do this with any of the voicings. E, A, D, G, C, F. Again, this one's also easier up high, but it's possible anywhere. B flat. Little tough down here. A flat, D flat, G flat, B. Those of you who just heard me playing the blues scale, that's good. You should be able to hear that. Right, hopefully your ear is developed enough to hear the sound of the blues. But that note that sounds like the blue note, the sharp 5, the sharp 4, flat 5, that's actually the chord tone of a flat 7. Not to melt anyone's mind here. But because I'm thinking about G sharp minor and using the sound of G sharp minor to imply E major 7, the blue note that you're hearing is in relation to the G sharp minor. Okay, I'm putting it, that's my right hand of the piano player, I'm putting it over the left hand, which is E major. So G sharp, B, C sharp, D natural. So now I'm playing an avoid note, a very wrong note, a flat 7 over a major 7 chord. But not only am I allowed to, you probably didn't even notice how wrong it was before I pointed out the theory behind it. Your ear didn't care, it just sounded like the blues. Right, here's our voicings mixed in with this now. At the end, that's like the most stable note we have, G sharp, even though this is an E major 7. This E note is not stable, even though I'm playing over E major 7. Note, that's E, wanting to pull down off of E, even though it's an E major 7 chord. Some tricky voicings in here, not just physically, but just mentally if you're not used to melodic triads and the way we kind of construct different types of voicings. But play around with it, check out the PDF, play through the voicings, string them together, see if you can get a little bit of a modal vamp happening. If you're able to do that, try applying it to some standards. See if you can squeeze this in. Comping, solo guitar, you can use it when you're improvising to harmonize specific notes. And yeah, see what kind of juice.